One rainy Sunday, my cat Marvin asked me to put together something to keep him amused because, as he said, it's too wet to go outside and run around. So I decided on a cat laser toy, and he seems to like it. It started with a pan and tilt camera mount from Thingiverse, and there's lots of them there. I don't know why I decided on this one, but it printed up fine. The only modification was a 10 by 10 by 2 centimeter box underneath to put the electronics. But apart from that, the design is as seen on Thingiverse, and then it was just a matter of putting it together. That's just testing the laser there. And one interesting thing is that the SG90 servos come with these sort of wings that you put on there to give you, to fit into these models, and none of these actually fitted into the model, so I had to cut them down. So that was a bit weird, but apart from that, all the other specifications were fine. So I do wonder if the SG90 motors come in different formats. I suppose they do, like everything else. Yeah, my general method of construction is doing it wrong many times, and then undoing it and doing it again the right way. But eventually, this is what we ended up with, and yeah, it works pretty good.
So I'm just putting the contraption on the shelf at the moment, and just to help with the code, I've got it flashing twice when it hits the middle of the area that I'm interested in, and then when it hits a corner or the middle of a side, it just has a single flash. So that just helps me debug what's going on with the code when it translates to the actual positioning. And if we have a look at the positioning, what I've got here is the diagram that I use to set those limits. So I've just got up, down, middle, and side to side middle as the center, and then the second position it goes to is up, down, lower, and the side to side middle. That's position number 2, you can see there. Then for position 3, it's back to the middle, and then it goes to the bottom left hand corner, and so on. So that's what I've used in the code. This is my test bed, and yeah, it's working fine. I don't know really why I did this, because it's not going to be moving in such a regulated fashion for the cat version, but it was just nice for me to match up the code with what's actually happening on the test bed. So the next thing to do is to do some randomized movements, and then put the whole thing on a PCB, put it in the box, and mount the actual laser contraption on the top, and then let it loose on the cats. All right, so back on the test bed, and just random now, going to random positions within that within the confines that I'd set up before when I was testing it. So yeah, that looks like it's a goer. So now all we need to do is to put all that on a little PCB, tuck it up inside and underneath the actual servos, and we are good to go. So this is pretty much the finished product, I guess. Just a very straightforward, simple PCB here with the adapter underneath here, so I can just pull that A-Tiny 85, and that's where all the work's been really with this project. It's been the programming. I went with a 2200 microfarad capacitor in the end, so that when the servo motors over here want to pull a bigger current, that's available. And just I've just got the adapters here that you can pull these servo motors out if you need to. I don't know why you need to, but there it is. This isn't even actually glued up inside. I might eventually do that, but at this stage it's just fairly free. I might also put a bit of a metal weight glued down here as well to just try and keep some stability into the system. I've gone with the external power again, so this is a micro USB adapter, and just providing 5 volts, and I have tacked on here a 100 microfarad and underneath there a 100 nanofarad capacitor as well. Then it just sits over the top really, and that's pretty straightforward. And on the top you've got your 3D printed Well, this is from Thingiverse, so I'll put the link. It's a very good pan and tilt mount for a camera, I guess, but in my case, laser. I might also 3D print a cowling for this just to make it a little bit cleaner. It's just hot glued on there at the moment. And yeah, the other thing that I did was originally I had this actually attached to here, this box, and I went with a detached version in the end because I could print the box upside down, and that meant there was no support inside there, which is good. So that actually halved the printing time. And then I've just attached screws or attached the mounting with screws to that box in the end, and that's working pretty well. So yeah, that's the circuit working. I will just put a short video of the at least one of the cats enjoying it, and yeah, great project. See you next time.